Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. We are on episode 18 of this series, and in the last episode, we saw a whole bunch of major events happening, like the formation of the Second Indian Empire, the basically full collapse of the Red Team, and also we saw that over here, that's not where I wanted to click, we saw that the Yellow Russian country got replaced by a new, like, grayish, like, I see like a hint of purple in it. I don't really know what kind of color that is, but it's a color. And yeah, we're gonna continue to be looking at this scenario here, and I do want to say that this arc will be going on quite a while, and at the end of it, we're gonna see this linking. So throughout the next few episodes, we're gonna be working on the trade routes layer, just little by little, not all too much at once. Like last episode we did a lot, and yeah, we're gonna be like touching up with this. Maybe not today, but throughout this, we're gonna do it pretty frequently. But now, let's jump right on into the scenario. And we're gonna actually start off in an area I don't think I have started off an episode in, and that is China, because China is not in a good situation right now. The Chinese country is experiencing a lot of unrest, and it's like crazy. The people are not satisfied with the government, and then there's kind of just a rebellion happening over here in this inner area, and this rebellion will, like, become really popular, and I don't know what's happening here. Oh, there's something on another layer. I'll have to figure that out later, but yeah, we're gonna see this rebellion really quickly getting power in the inner areas here, and I'm actually gonna shift the color to be a little more prominent, I guess is the word. And these guys are gonna cut across this northern area, and they're kind of just gonna assume this area here as part of them. From here, they're gonna move through the southern area pretty easily, and at this point, the main government of the Chinese country is cooked, and they're gonna get obliterated. And I'm realizing now that this color is impossible to see. So how about we roll with this kind of color, like this, and I think maybe this will work. Yeah, I like this. And immediately upon getting a brand new government, this country's gonna go on a little bit of a expansionist spree. Starting off down here with this thing. This thing's existed for a while. And it's gonna be put out of its poor little misery. It's existed for far too long, and it's done absolutely nothing. So it's just gonna get removed. I'll leave their capital there for now because I need to place a major city there. And yeah, they're not going to be stopping there because they also want to expand up into this area for some reason. And so they're going to be targeting this light pinkish kind of thing. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, they're going to be targeting this thing, and they're going to very quickly wipe it out. It's not very populated whatsoever, and it's just going to kind of fall over to them. And the Chinese country is kind of just going to like say, "Oh, this is our like greatest accomplishment ever. We got to keep expanding." And so they kind of just will. We head over to this area here. We're going to see a lot getting explored. The Chinese are pretty insistent on this getting explored, and so it will, except for the Tibetan Plateau, of course. That's kind of impossible for these guys to explore at this point. But we're going to see the orangish Chinese dynasty thing. They're going to expand over into this region here, creating this new region here, which I actually like the shape of. If only that was like its own country. That's something like the kind of shape I would use to make a country. But yeah, we're gonna see that forming. But as well as that, we're gonna kind of see a state forming out of China. It's gonna be like really associated with China, but it's like also loosely connected. All the people here come from China, but they're basically just gonna create a country here, and it's, yeah, just gonna be there. Also, there's a lot of red in this region. Maybe like a dark-ish blue kind of color. I like that. To be fair, there's just a lot of color in this region. Also, there's so many colors. It's hard to find original colors here. It's like impossible. But now I'm going to go ahead and place the major cities on this map so I can make sure China doesn't have three capitals because that would not make sense. And yeah, I think with that, not that, wrong button. But yeah, here we go. And I forgot to say this at the beginning of the episode, but I'm trying to do all these videos in one take, if you can see. And yeah, it's going pretty well so far. Anyways, from here, we can turn that layer off because we are heading away from China because China we're going to check up later, not this episode though. And we're heading right down on over here to Indonesia, where we're going to see a new state being established. This new state will be a purplish country. A whole bunch of people from the other Indonesian islands probably just came over here and established this country. From here, this country will help facilitate the exploration of many of these islands over here to the east of it. And yeah, very quickly, they're going to begin to discover all these islands. More particularly, they're going to begin to explore the island of New Guinea, which has been uncharted as of yet. And now they're beginning to go into Oceanian kind of territory. We don't want to do that yet because I don't want to have 50 civilizations there quite yet. Just, yeah, you guys chill. Anyways, from here, we're going to head on up here because these guys are going to expand all the way up into this region here. But not yet, though, because we got to explore it first. And yeah, we're going to see this exploration coming pretty rapidly as the Korean country will help facilitate this because they've been kind of not doing anything and they want to do stuff. So yeah, they're going to do stuff. And yeah, we're going to start off with their expansion as they're going to go ahead and set up a little kind of colony in the Kamchatka Peninsula. But if there's nobody here, is it really much of a colony? I know that still makes the definition, but like, they barely have any of their people here. So, like, is it really? It's not even that far. So, like, uh, yeah. From here, we're gonna head on over to the Manchurian country because we are creating a brand new border for this thing. Because this northern border is pretty lame, if I gotta be real. So we're gonna create this border that I've just created here. And yeah, I like this so much better. It adds a lot of personality to this thing, which hadn't done anything before. I'm also gonna like reshade it because it looks too close to the water. As you can see, it's changing the water whenever I try to reshade it. Maybe something like this more so. I like that color. And I think that's the color I'm gonna use for that country from now on. Anyways, from here we can go ahead and check the expansion of all these other countries because they're gonna be doing that too. And yeah, I had to put a little more explore. I didn't really want to do that, but we're gonna do that. Starting off with this, I don't know what color this is, but it's this guy. They're gonna be exploring quite a bit, or expanding quite a bit, into the areas north of them. They're gonna take a lot of land, although they probably have one of the smaller populations out of these guys. From here, we're gonna check up with this red guy who's not gonna be getting much, just this little area here. I like their shape, I don't really want to change it, so that's kind of my solution. From here, we head down to these guys over here, and we're going to see the light blue country getting the most land out of this because they're the most populated and they kind of control a lot of the populations kind of these other states. It's weird to describe. It's kind of like the main community of all these guys. And it's as if these guys are barely countries of their own. I mean, they are definitely, but like, they kind of operate out of this thing. Similar to how the Mongol Empire had khanates, it's similar to that, but they're not really nomadic. And yeah, we're gonna see this area kind of just going to that guy. And from here, we check up with this guy, which I'm not gonna expand southward for now because I don't want to have to get into that. But we're gonna expand them over to the west here because they have expanded into this region here. Anyways, that's it for these guys. They've gone a little bit chunkier. But now we are heading on over to this region here, which has had absolutely nothing happen in quite a bit. There was this country that formed a few episodes ago. I have no idea when that happened. But yeah, we want to actually have stuff happening here. And so we're going to see something very similar happening to what just happened over to the east. We're going to see these guys exploring northward, and they're going to be doing stuff. Starting off with this red thing, they're going to go ahead and create new boundaries for themselves so they can go ahead and explore out into this new area and possibly take some of it for themselves. And they will be doing exactly that as they will be taking all this land here. That is a pretty healthy amount of land. And as well as that, they're gonna be followed by this new weird Russian thing. This new Russian thing will very quickly begin to expand into territory that they probably are expanding really far out into and probably shouldn't expand into, but they're gonna do it anyway because nobody can object. This thing has become ginormous really quickly, and they're gonna gain a border with this weird colored thing. I don't know what color this is. It's like a weird light yellowish, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna see them expanding as well. They're gonna expand into a lot of this area here. More particularly, they're gonna create a shape that is like this. I'm trying to make them not look absolutely horrendous, and that did not work. I think the solution to that has to be down here. I'm gonna change what their border looks like. Just pretend it always looked like this, or like create your own story for it. But we're creating a brand new border here, and this yellow team's gonna be shrunken down just a teensy bit. They're gonna lose a little bit of land by their capital, and I think, um, no, I still don't like this. You know what? We're making a new country. Just pulling one out of nowhere. I didn't have anything planned, so now we're making plans on the spot. And so we're gonna create a brand new country, and it's gonna be in this region in the south here. And this thing is pretty small, I wanna say. Not really. But it's gonna become pretty the I'm having a hard time like thinking of how big this is. It's like, how big is this? And also, this does not even fix this shape. This shape is absolutely horrible. Maybe I should just get rid of this country. Maybe, like, if I do this, give that to the gray country, maybe that helps. Oh, it kind of does. And then, like, give some of this thing back. Like, this. Oh, yeah, that works. And then maybe, like, have the red country like move over in this area here and take some of this land. I think maybe that would work. I'm coming up with solutions on the spot here. I'm a genius. There we go. That looks so much better. And yeah, this thing, I'm gonna figure out what to do with them at a later date. But for now, we're just gonna chill with these borders. And yeah. I mean chill by like tolerate. From here, we're gonna head on down to India, where we're gonna see a war happening, because this Indian country is not gonna take any rest time, and instead they're gonna be invading into this weird maroonish country here because they exist. Forces will very quickly outnumber this country's, and they're just gonna get obliterated off the face of the earth. And from here, we're gonna see them getting completely annexed. Um, I'll come back to the capital like I did with China, but yeah, that thing's gone. The purple-ish, like really dark purple country is just gonna completely obliterate it off the map. From here, we're gonna leave that country and head on over to Britain because we need to update Britain for our daily kind of Britain update. And yeah, let's start off in Cornwall, why don't we? Because we're gonna see a union happening. The only union that will probably ever happen in this region. And yeah, let's cherish it because we're gonna see these two Cornwall countries here uniting into one state. And I hate this color. Let's just give them a magenta or something like that. I don't even think there's magenta here. No, there isn't. Not even in the Irish area either. Okay, so we have this magenta color. Anyways, moving up to Scotland, we're gonna see that this Northern Scottish Kingdom's going to split into two, and they're gonna see that their Western region will break away and form their own new country. That's it for that region. And now we head down to this region here, where we're gonna see this light pinkish country conquering this light yellowish banana country. Yay! Great. Heading on over to Ireland, we're gonna see much of the same, as this green country will wipe out this maroonish country and this gray country, and we're gonna see this reddish thing wiping out three different tiny countries. From here, we're gonna see that this country, I don't know what color it is gonna wipe out this blue country. And that is the update for this region. From here, we can talk about this guy again. This guy who formed in the last episode, because they are kind of disliked. Why are they disliked? Because, well, let's head on over to the religion map. They follow the religion of the gold kind of thing, but they're kind of not religious. It's like if you were like not devoted to a religion, but you were like, oh, I'm part of that religion. And at this kind of time in the middle of the Dark Ages, you're not gonna be liked for that. And so the pink team will basically say, yo, you should fix yourself, or we're gonna fix you. And so yeah, that's gonna cause some trouble because these guys don't want to fix themselves. And so we're gonna see the pink team launching an invasion into the newly formed Russian state, and they're gonna very quickly just swipe the capital. They're gonna deal a lot of damage early on in this war, and eventually they're gonna take literally all the valuable land that this country has, and they're gonna basically say, yo, we told you, you should just accept religion and like use it. But the Russian country is not for that. And so when the peace treaty rolls around and the pink team backs out of most of this territory, we're going to see a major change. And that is that the capital of the Russian country will be taken over by the pink team. And yeah, the Russians really like their capital. And so, with all this territory in the south falling over to the pink team, we're now going to see them having to move their capital elsewhere. Thankfully, we have a new major city that's just going to spawn out of the middle of nowhere. This one right here that they can move their capital to. And I want to have it centered, so maybe like there, actually. And then we can just move the capital like such over to this new major city. I like that. And yeah, Russia is mad that the Ukrainians kind of just took their capital. So they're going to kind of just begin to spread hate. I mean, religiously, this time period is not in your favor, but that will do something. And that will cause the separation of this religion into kind of its own thing. And it's completely like it's kind of hard to define, but we're gonna see a just completely new religion forming out of this. Not completely new. It's gonna be a new section of it, and it's gonna kind of just take over Russia. And as well as this, it's gonna persist in some of these areas in northern Ukraine, in which they took territory. And from here, it's gonna kind of just move into this region here that they just claimed. And so this is our new religion map. They're now 4 yellow colors, and that's weird. Anyways, staying on this layer, we head down to this area because we're creating yet another yellow color. And this is kind of a peaceful split, and it's more so like syncretic like stuff happening. And we're basically going to see a whole bunch of syncretic values being introduced for a lot of these African countries here. More like specifically the areas outside of the main Tunisian area here are going to kind of fall into this new religion little thing. It's a lot closer to the yellow religion than any of the other religious parts, even the Finnish one, which is more close than the Greek one. But yeah, this new religion will form, and from it we kind of see a lot of unity happening in this region. And so we're gonna see some new borders being created in this desert region because they kind of are just united religiously. And we're gonna start off with Morocco because Morocco has been wanting to expand, and I've been wanting to expand them, and now I have the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. And yeah, we're gonna create a very large border for the Moroccan country, and I'm not really liking it actually. Maybe if I like make it go down in a way in this area here, like that or something, maybe it'll look better. Yeah, I like that. And from here, we're gonna see the Senegalese country taking this and actually gonna do like something like this in this region because simply I like the border of this weird yellow blob I created last episode. And yeah, this is the new border of the Moroccan country. But remember, this guy is also in on that religion kind of thing. And so we're going to see them getting new, deeper borders as well. This one's a little weirder to do because it's kind of just the middle of the desert. And yeah, they're just going to kind of say, oh, we control this land now. And yeah, we have new borders for this guy. Great. I want to fill in a lot of this area, but it's kind of weird to do so I'm trying to do it as kind of subtly as possible, but not really. It's really weird to do, but it's also fun to do, so like yeah. Anyways, I think that's actually gonna do it for today's video. We're at the 20-minute mark. And yeah, I really want to record these for longer, but unfortunately the YouTube algorithm doesn't prefer videos that are 40 minutes long, so those get less views. But yeah, I do want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did make it this far, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Subscribing shows that you, of course, enjoyed the video, and liking more particular shows that you enjoy this type of video and you would like to see more. So if you like this video, it tells me to make more of these videos in the series and to keep it going. And yeah, other than that, I'm probably gonna keep uploading twice every day for a bit now. I've been meaning to like talk about this, but like uploading twice every day is like a little stressful, and I might like chill out, but overall, I think it's fine for now. Eventually, though, it might like change. For now, though, we're probably gonna stick with the usual schedule for Wixo. But if I feel like this series is going too fast, I might like slow it down and give more time for other uploads. More so, I'm thinking that would happen if I slow down the uploads here. Anyways, that's enough yapping from me, and I'm gonna see you all in the next episode.